Please stand at this time for our national anthem, which will be sung by Senior Anna Pictionary.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for that, Anna. I would also like to recognize our band playing Pomp and Circumstance as the seniors entered today. They are under the direction of Miss Cara Collins and Mr. Kyle Granville. Thank you. Well, good morning and welcome, parents, guardians, grandparents, family, and friends, to Monona Grove High School's Class of 2024 commencement ceremony. Class of 2024, you've certainly come a long way in 4 years. You began your high school careers as mere avatars, populating Google Meets on a regular basis. You didn't say much back then. Hopefully you were thinking. You spent a year then hidden behind masks, making both connection and communication a challenge. As you entered your junior and your senior year, I wondered, how would this group respond after those 2 years? You responded by living with gratitude for each day that you are now together. You responded by vigorously pursuing your passions, no doubt wanting to make up for lost time. And you responded by discovering ways to use your gifts to be of service to others. At the start of this year, we had a class meeting, and at that class meeting, I reminded you of what a significant role you play now as a senior in establishing and maintaining a positive school culture. I reminded you of the eyes of the 9th graders, the 10th graders, 11th graders, even middle school and elementary students that were now watching you in our classrooms, on our courts, on our stages at competitions and performances, watching you and thinking, oh, okay, that's how we do it at MG. Whatever you were doing, however you were doing it, they would strive to emulate that. And I can confidently say that I am glad that they were all watching you. I am thankful that they were all watching you. I hope that they do strive to emulate your character, your actions, and your passion. It has truly been a pleasure and an honor to serve as your principal the last 4 years. I wish you the absolute best in all of your future pursuits. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce the senior class officers for the class welcome and class poem. The welcome will be delivered by Senior Class President Isabel Daner, followed by the class poem. Please welcome Isabel Daner, Marcella Simmons, Andy Lee, and Leon Lee.
Good morning. Welcome faculty, friends, family, and my fellow classmates. My name is Isabel Daner, and I'm honored to be here with you today as the president of the class of 2024. When we started our high school journey, it was far from ordinary. Our freshman year was overshadowed by COVID-19. Instead of crowded hallways and new friendships forming in classrooms, we found ourselves at home attending classes through our computer screens. The excitement of starting high school was tempered by the realities of lockdowns, social distancing, and a virtual freshman experience. Even with some students coming back in the spring, it was far from normal. That year was long, boring, and often felt dreadful. We missed out on many traditional high school milestones and felt like we were a year behind before even starting. But through these challenges, we learned resilience. We adapted, we persevered, and we didn't let a rough start define our success. Today, as we sit here in our caps and gowns, we can look back and see how far we've come. The challenges we faced, whether it was navigating remote learning, dealing with isolation, or adjusting to a new normal, have shaped us into who we are today. Each struggle, each obstacle has led us to this very moment. Graduation is bittersweet, knowing that after this, we'll be starting a new journey in our lives. The lessons that we have learned, we will take into the real world and make a positive impact on it. As I conclude my speech, I want to leave you with one last piece of advice. It is so simple, yet so easily forgotten. Be kind. I was hesitant to talk about kindness today because I thought, does anybody really care to hear about this? We have all sat through countless boring advisory lessons that have talked about it. But it's not about whether you want to hear it. It's that we all need to be reminded of it because it's something we could always use more of. As we go into the world, we will meet many people and face challenges and obstacles that may seem impossible. You will encounter people who will not understand or appreciate you. But a kind word, a kind act, or a kind heart can change everything in those moments. Everyone is going through struggles you cannot see. I want to say that again. Everyone is going through struggles that you cannot see. Just as important as being kind to others is being kind to yourself. Do things that bring you joy. This is our first time navigating life, and we're all learning as we go. Take care of yourself and do what is right for you. Do something you love each day. Take care of your needs and be easy on yourself because we all have room to learn and grow. So as we go into the world, I hope you all carry the power and motivation to choose kindness. Thank you, and congrats to the class of 2024. We are here to read the poem we wrote from the class officers. You all vote. Our time in high school was a blast. We are here to share with you some of our past. We've experienced many lessons learned, and we hope you take pride in all you have earned. High school is the walk into life, readying all the futures that are bright. Class of 2024 was one of a kind, so sit back and let the stories unwind.
Freshman year was promised to be fun. Instead, a semester of online school had begun. None of our teachers knew what we looked like, which I'm sure was all of their biggest gripe. While we were all napping, our grades were slacking. None of us knew how to use Canvas. We were about as lost as Dorothy in Kansas. No one can tell you a thing that we learned, but all of us remained mostly unconcerned. Every Wednesday, we logged on for advisory and ACP. It was pretty awful. I'm sure we can all agree. Our high school was blessed with Mr. McGrath. He arrived just in time for the peak of photomath. At last in spring, lockdown was lifted. We were finally back, but extremely restricted. In-person school started off with a blast. Everywhere we turned, we were met with a mask. We were only in person every other day, and we couldn't even recognize each other in the hallway. At least spring sports at last came back. Shout out to Sun Prairie for letting us use their track. Freshman year ended, and it was kind of a bust. Sophomore year would be better. Surely it must.
We came back to school, but things weren't the same. So many masks, we couldn't put faces to names. The year started off strong with spirits lifted high. That was until we realized we had to try. We couldn't just hide by clicking mute, a button we all took advantage of, we can't dispute. Homecoming was a nice break, leaving us healed as we danced the night away on the football field. English 10 assigned us essay after essay. Fortunately, health class gifted us nap time every other day. Everyone had already found their high school cliques. However, we weren't prepared for the devious licks. Bathrooms shut down one by one. Trust me, that wasn't pleasant nor fun. Everything seemed to have started settling back to normal, except for the absence of a winter formal. By now, half the year went by with our noses covered. We had taken granted the feeling of breathing, we soon discovered. At long last, the mask mandate was lifted, something we were finally gifted. So we cheered for the end of our second year of high school, back when we were still naive and thought we were cool. And that was it for our sophomore year. This year wouldn't be our last struggle, but we always persevere. Junior year, we finally became upperclassmen. The year meant for us to lock in. ACTs and APs giving us no time to breathe. The year that marked the introduction of ChatGPT, I'll admit, something that truly saved me. Phones became restricted, forced to go into lonely pockets. We were gifted a plethora of snow days, a break from the norm. It was always a pleasure waking up to a storm. Be Real was the new craze, displaying our personal life each and every day. That one singular notification caused the room to explode with celebration. Our first year at prom, hands filled with flowers, we were finally ready for a golden hour. Our Six Flags trip was canceled, a real shame. We were told the buses were to blame. Many of our beloved teachers decided it was their time to leave. Their absence felt, we can't help but grieve. And with that, the toughest year was past us, leaving behind memories both bitter and robust. Now we look back with pride and cheer. Junior year, a milestone year. Though it tested and stretched our will, it made us stronger, values that are instilled. Before we knew it, 3 years were done, with one more left to go. To senior year, spirits at an all-time low.
Hooray, at last, we finally made it. Little did we know senioritis would hit us in the faces. I just want to say you're welcome for that one snow day. With those dangerous roads, we really did need to stay away. The year of last, but Powder Puff was our first, even though we might have played the worst. TikTok brain rot has become a great challenge, harming our brains and hindering our knowledge. Winter formal ended up being a failure, thanks to DJ Daddy D, the dance was a nailer. The spring rolled around, and our countdown has begun. It felt like forever till we were gonna be done. With our futures wide and boundless to commend, quickly did we realize that our time was coming to an end. The adults in our lives warned us how fast it would go, but we did not listen, and now here we are grown. Ready or not for your future, we know you will do great things and be to this world a contributor. We wish you luck and the very best success and can't wait to see where you progress. Thank you. I am now honored to introduce our teacher speaker for this year's graduation, Jack Jackson. Jack is a relatively new staff member to our high school as he started in April of 2023, but his impact on our school this far has been nothing but small. Jack serves as our student family engagement specialist, but has taken on much greater roles. Jack has done tremendous work for numerous clubs such as BSU, Asian Club, Latinos United, MG Coalition, Project Unify, and if you can believe it, even more. When you ask Jack why he does this job, he will tell you he's here for the kids. Jack cares to make relationships with his students and connect with them on a personal level. That is why he has such an immense impact on MG students. He's created a safe space in our school where students feel felt, heard, and important. He wants every student to be happy and does his best each day to engage in the needs of us. Jack has become a close friend of mine this year, and I'm happy to be able to introduce him to you all. I want to say a huge thank you to Jack for having such an important impact on my life and others. Your work does not go unnoticed, and we are very lucky to have you. Please give a warm welcome to Jack Jackson.
All right, thank you, Belle. Can we get another round of applause for our class officers, please? And thank you so much for the kind words. That only cost me $20, so it's money well spent. Welcome families, friends, Monona Grove staff, and of course our class of 2024. My name is Jack Jackson, and I am the Student and Family Engagement Specialist. It's a mouthful, and honestly, I'm still trying to figure out what it means, but here we are. I want to take a moment to thank you all for being here. I also want to thank our head principal and our IT department for blocking ChatGPT and forcing me to write this speech myself. Thanks. I asked a lot of people what my speech should be about, and some people said it should be funny, some people said it should be motivating, but everybody who knows me knows I like to talk, and they all agreed it should be short. So for the next 2 hours, I'll try to be funny and I'll try to be motivating, but we'll see how it goes. But seriously, when I was told I was nominated by the senior class to speak at graduation, it was one of the most proudest moments of my life and certainly my professional career. To say that I was surprised, that's saying the least. It's an understatement. Being in my role at the time for less than 1 year, I didn't expect to make this type of impact on students to where they would trust me in giving this speech. Now that my first full year comes to an end, it's exciting to see them finish one chapter and start anew. It's also bittersweet to see them go, knowing that they will go on to do great things, but Monona Grove High School will never be the same without the class of 2024. Throughout my life, I've learned so much about the world and myself, and because of that, I encourage you all to explore this world. Love each other and everyone, laugh, and enjoy the simple pleasures in life. And learn as much as you can about everything. Be curious, ask questions, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to look your boss in the eye and ask for a raise, even if it's in front of 100 people. What many of you may not know is just 2 years ago, I was in this very room receiving my first degree from Madison College. I was so excited and a little nervous to have my name called in front of hundreds of strangers, but most importantly, I felt accomplished. The first person in my family to receive any type of college degree. It was also the first stage I ever walked on to receive that degree. Of course, I graduated from high school, but never walked across the stage to receive my diploma. Honestly, I didn't do great in high school. I didn't have the best grades, and I didn't make it to class on time. But it was an incredible and fun experience, so I didn't hate it. In fact, I loved it so much I stayed there for 5 years. After a lot of hard work, I eventually graduated through summer school. I wasn't able to sit with my peers or shake the principal's hand when I received my diploma. And once I completed summer school, they just gave me my diploma. No handshake, no congratulations, just a piece of paper. I was proud, but it wasn't the same. So please take advantage of these accomplishments and remember this moment, because soon it'll just be a memory. But for now, this is one of the greatest days of your life, even if you don't know it yet. With that said, I congratulate all of you for your hard work, tenacity, and accomplishments. I'm proud of you, each and every one of you. Getting to this point in your lives and being able to flourish and receive your diploma is a treatment, Receiving your diploma is a testament to all your sacrifices and dedication. As independent and resilient as you all are, it's important to recognize those who have helped you along the way. And although this day is dedicated to our graduates and their accomplishments, I want to take a moment to thank the educators and staff that helped you get to this point. Their dedication and effort to your success may often go unnoticed, but is definitely appreciated. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do. It's just as important to recognize other individuals that help make this possible. Parents, guardians, and family members who supported and encouraged you all through this process. Friends who influenced you to do your very best. Thank you for your guidance, as it's been a cornerstone in the success of these students. To those who had to grow up too fast, those who had to be stronger than you imagined, to those whose paths to this moment has been less than ideal, I applaud you for your bravery, your grit, and your courage. Whether you're headed to college to continue your education, getting into the workforce, or still figuring it out, I'm proud of you. Life isn't easy, and figuring out our lives takes time. Remember, life doesn't get easier, but we do get stronger. Throughout this speech, I've mentioned multiple times how proud I am of you all. I've talked about your resilience and determination, but in reality, I'm just jealous of you all. I don't know how some of you could do it, putting up with these teachers for 4 years. I've been here a year, and I'm already starting to lose my hair. As you stand on the threshold of a new chapter, remember that education is not just about the lessons you learned in the classroom, but also about the values you have embraced and the character you have built. High school has provided you with knowledge and skills, but it's also given you friendships, memories, and experiences that will shape who you are for years to come. I would regret not taking a moment to thank the students for their help throughout this year. Although I've only known most of you for about a year, you've definitely made an impact on my life. You've helped me find my passion and my place in the school, this district, and in this world. You've helped me become a better educator, advocate, a better person, and a better father. You're truly inspiring. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. As I wrap up, I challenge all of you to go out into this world and stand for what you believe in. Be a leader, inspire others, be accountable, and have faith in yourself. We all have different needs. Because of that, I wish you all enough. I wish you enough love from those you surround yourself with. I wish you enough success, enough patience, enough support, enough courage, and I wish you enough strength to get through the battles you don't talk about. I wish you all the best. You deserve all of the amazing things that you work for. Congratulations to the class of 2024. The future is yours, and I cannot wait to see the exciting things you accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack, for those inspirational words, and thank you for everything you do for our students at Monona Grove High School. At this time, the Monona Grove Choir, under the direction of Miss Brooke Kriego, will sing Found Tonight, followed by The Time of My Life.
Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. See, is Now I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause I've had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. I've been waiting for so long. Now I finally found someone to stand by me. We saw the writing on the wall as we felt this magical fantasy. Now with passion in our eyes, there's no way we could disguise it secretly. So we take each other's hand, 'cause we seem to understand the urgency. Just remember,
Let's hear it one more time for our MGHS Senior Choir, directed by Miss Brooke Frigo. I now welcome Marcella Simmons back to the stage to introduce our commencement speaker. Marcella Simmons.
It is my honor to introduce Lila Sherry as this year's graduation speaker. Lila serves as Miss Wisconsin 2023 and currently works for WMTV 15 as a broadcast journalist. She's a Monona Grove alumni and also graduated from UW-Madison with a degree in journalism and mass communication in 2022. Through her education, her title, and her job, Lila has proven to be a strong advocate for stopping the spread of misinformation and has dedicated her time to educating people on the importance of trustworthy news. She also makes it her mission to make news accessible to all people and to help new generations understand and accept different cultures. As an officer team, we thought that Lila stands out as an incredible MG alumni who students today can look up to and aspire to be like. Her use of her platform to continue her advocacy for accurate, reliable, and diverse news is something that we can all admire. With that, please give a warm welcome to our graduation speaker, Lila Sherry.
Good morning. I know we've heard it a million times, but hello to faculty, staff, teachers, parents, family, but most importantly, our 2024 Monona Grove class graduates. I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. My name is Lila Sherry, and it is truly a privilege and an honor to be back here with you all today. My hope is that today you will feel a sense of pride in knowing that however you got here, whatever the wins and whatever the losses were, you all stand here today in the same place celebrating the same achievement. I'm sure you've all heard it a million times that today is a day for celebration, for celebrating all of your dedication and your hard work these last few years. But what does that really mean? What does these last few years really mean before you start your journey into college, into the workforce, or maybe even starting your own business? Well, it means everything and nothing at all. What I mean by that is where you have come from and what you have done both shapes the person you are today and does not define the person that you will become. I'm sure you've heard countless pieces of advice from your teachers and your parents and coaches these last few years. Get your homework in on time, be respectful, get involved, be on time. Now, these are all very important, and they will always be important. But what I've realized over the years is that there are a few things that we often look past that come to be the most important things in life. These are things that I wish somebody drilled into my head the day that I graduated from high school, from college, the day that I got my first job, the day that I became Miss Wisconsin, or even when I went to go compete at Miss America. It's important to note that words don't teach us, experiences do. But my hope is that you will take my experiences as examples to apply to the endless possibilities each one of you have to offer this world. Number one, your thoughts are crucial. Where your head goes, your body follows. Be respectful, but include yourself on that list. And while you can't think yourself into a certain lifestyle, the thoughts that you tell yourself are crucial in creating the life that you want. We might have heard that cliche saying of whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. I realize today that there are accomplishments that I brush past that one day when I look back, I thought was impossible. It took me 10 years for me to decide that I could achieve the dream of going to Miss America. When I told myself I couldn't do it, I was right. And when I decided that I could, I was right. That yes that you're looking for will oftentimes be the yes that you need to give yourself first. Believing you can do it first, as cliche as it might sound, is the first step towards anything. Never be the first person to tell yourself no. Number two, know your people. You don't have to do anything alone, and with support, you'll get a little bit farther, a little bit faster, and you're gonna feel better along the way. Know the ones who are steadfast and consistent in your life. The ones who don't waver when you call them in a puddle of tears because you didn't know how to do that one math problem. Be close to the ones who know who you are and, most importantly, why you are the way that you are. Gravitate towards those that bring you joy, will hold you accountable, and are ultimately reaching for the same life that you want to live. People will always have their own opinions, especially when you deviate from the well-taken path in life. But here's a piece of advice that stuck with me. A CEO will never judge you for starting a business. An Olympian will never judge you for exercising. And an NBA player will never judge you for playing basketball. Know the people who believe in you before you even believe in yourself. Those are your people. And don't forget to appreciate those people who are unwavering in your life. The most important lessons I learned out of all my years as a student, competing as a title holder, and serving this state do not have to do with my accomplishments, but all have to do with the people that I surrounded myself with. A place in your life is important. Treat it accordingly. Number 3, authenticity always wins. There have been studies done showing that the highest frequency of human emotion, meaning the most impactful or the most powerful human emotion, it's not love, it's not hate, but it's authenticity. My now boss at the news station asked me during my first interview, "What is your goal with us in the newsroom?" I told her, well, I wanted to be a reporter. She then asked me, "Do you have any experience on air?" I told her no. To put this into perspective, it's like applying for a job to be a scientist without ever stepping foot in a science lab. But here's what I did say. I told her my reason for doing this job is bigger than myself. My mother came to this country for freedoms that we have, freedom of speech and freedom of press. What I do know is I can work hard, learn fast, apply constructive criticism, and act accordingly. All lessons that I learned from my mom. I gave my boss a reason to believe in me that day, and I was hired on the spot. Fast forward a few months, I worked as an associate producer, which is behind the scenes, so I was still working my way up to being a reporter and being on air, a job that can have gruesome hours, it can be physically taxing, and often you need mental toughness to be out in the field. My boss saw an interview of me as Miss Wisconsin. We were at the UW-Madison parade, and it was aired on TV. The next time I was in the newsroom, she offered me a morning live reporter position with her. Sometimes all you need is to have the right conversation with the right person, and make sure you're authentic when you do find yourself in that conversation. Number 4, find ways to give back. That's not always going to look like volunteering at your local animal shelter or food bank, and while it can, I encourage you to look a little bit farther than just checking off the numbers for an application. There is always something that only you can offer. Think of the things that are unique to you. Think of the unique experiences and stories that only you have been through and share those stories. Spaces where we think, I wish I had this, or I wish somebody told me that, are opportunities for you to be that change and that representation that you may not have seen. Something that this world needs. The power of visibility should never be underestimated. And when you're the only person who looks like you in a space, know that that doesn't mean that you don't belong. It probably means that you are exactly where you need to be. Be brave enough to be somebody who sticks out somewhere, who is the first person to do something or the only person talking about something. We need those people, and this world desperately needs those people, and you now all have the power to be those people every day. Number 5, and this one is my favorite, bet on yourself, every time. There are a lot of people that will try to convince you of what you can and cannot do, sometimes for their own benefit and sometimes for fear out of potential that they see in you. Ignore them every time. If I had listened to those who told me that my ACT score was too low to get into UW-Madison, I never would have gotten a 5-figure scholarship that ultimately was the reason why I graduated debt-free. And if I would have listened to the person that said that Asian people just don't do pageants, I never would have been the first woman of color in over 20 years to hold this title, and ultimately the first person of Chinese representation from Wisconsin to be seen on the stage at Miss America in over 100 years. Count on yourself. Thank you. Count on yourself in knowing that you have a 100% batting average for getting through everything life has thrown your way. That doesn't mean it's easy, but you all have a 100% batting average. So, now that we've talked about that one authentic conversation where we're told yes, the times that I didn't win, the times where I didn't reach my goals, the times where I felt disappointed in myself and where I was told no, are the moments that are just as important. These moments actually shaped me more than the wins ever will. But never forget to pick yourself back up, bet on yourself again, over and over. You'll never lose that way. Now, after all that, I'm going to say this. Nobody has it all figured out, and we probably never will. But actually knowing where you want to go will get you where you want to be. Not knowing the outcome, not knowing the plan, but knowing where you want to be is just half the battle. Confidence is not a result of knowing more than others. Confidence comes as a result of taking action, especially when you have no idea what you're doing. Okay, here's the catch. If somebody had told me all of this the day that I graduated from high school or college, or even when I got my first job, I probably wouldn't have believed them. You don't have to believe me today, but life has a funny way of teaching us the right lessons at the right times. Trust the process, and most importantly, trust your process. It will never look the same as the person sitting next to you, but it will always be exactly what you need. There was a moment after Miss America at one of my first appearances back where I was at an elementary school giving a presentation as Miss Wisconsin, which has essentially been my full-time job this past year. There was one little girl in the front who was listening the whole time but never would raise her hand, and I noticed her. Another student asked me, what languages can you speak? And I told them Chinese. And ever since that moment, she raised her hand, and immediately I brought her to the front of the room, and she started teaching the rest of the school Arabic. The teachers came up to me after and said that she had never seen that student come up on stage to do anything at all, let alone teach the school Arabic. And I realized in that moment that had I won Miss America, I never would have had that moment with that student at that time. Find those moments where you realize that you are exactly where you need to be. If you don't take anything from any of this, trust me on this one, that hard things will happen. You will feel disappointed during times that you thought you were going to be on top of the world. You will feel lost, and you might even question if you're moving in the right direction. Continue betting on yourself, and know that your intuition will never lead you astray. We will mess up, and we will fall, but we will learn, and we will grow. Find your people, stay authentic, find ways to give back, respect yourself, and always bet on yourself. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the Monona Grove class of 2024.
And thank you again to Lila Sherry for that commencement address. The presentation of the diplomas. Members of the MGSD Board of Education, I confirm that each student here today has met the requirements to graduate from Monona Grove High School. They've met the requirements as those requirements are set forth in school board policy, and I proudly present the graduates of the class of 2024. They will receive their diplomas at this time. Students in the first row, please stand and approach either side of the stage. Will staff members handing out flowers please come forward as well? Marcella Simmons, Isabel Daner, Andy Lee, Leon Lee,
Oscar Adame, Mari Jose Alvarez, Adela Arrington, Isabella Babinchak. Lucas Beck. Jensen Beecher. Joshua Beiser. Abigail Bennett. Justin Blair. Quincy Boger. Talia Borkin Rudder. Haley Bosted. Gilbert Brandt Reinhardt. Samuel Brazelton. Paxton Brown. Charles Brzezinski. Lois Buckingham. Darren Buggs. John Burke. Abigail Bykowski. Zachary Cadogan. Amelia Carless. Catherine Carley. Oliver Chesbro. Connor Churches. Reese Chenoweth. Alex Collar. Ryan Collier. Mason Kolstead. Elena Colwin. Griffin Condon. Selma Condon. Rylan Conley. Haley Coogan. Blake Cook. Archer Cook. Alejandra Cortez Pisco. Joanna Cortez Zavala. Kylia Daniels. Sawyer Daggerman. Jarvis Day. Georgia Deere. Evan Devine. Isabel Doyle. Margaret Dubin. Caden Duell. Krishna Elwell. Isaiah Erb. Samantha Esser. Caitlin Everhart. Layla Faki. Corinne Farwell. Brooke Faulkner. Bowden Fay. Juliana Fernandez. Cecilia Fisher. Arabella Fisher. Jack Foley. Henry Fortney. Austin Faust. Lauren Fritz. Macy Ganshert. Josephine Gennerman. Tyler Genshaw. Miles Genthy. Avery Gerathanis. Adeline Gilmore. Owen Ginger.
Violet Gianta. Tessa Gordon. Jaden Grommen. Adam Gray. Ariana Griffin. Wyatt Groth. Nicholas Judici. Miguel Gutierrez Salgado. Gavin Habelwitz. Ava Hackle. Samantha Haddon. Parker Hagan. Morgan Hall. Oliver Hamilton. Michael Hannon Bormans. Samuel Hawker. Amiha Helser. Tate Hepler. Dylan Hestaven. Marin Hill. Alexis Humfleet. Lauren Humfleet. Margaret Hurley. Macy Huss. Dominic Hyatt. Alexis Imhoff. Abigail Inda. Ava Jackson. Auden Jatsak. Alice Johnson. Ethan Johnson. Molly Johnson. Paige Jones. Tia Justice. Kiara Call. Jamaria Kane. Anastasia Carnes Bingham. Tyler Keck. Cooper Clybor. Carson Cornstead. Landon Kovac. Kylie Crone. Casey Cunai. Levity Culp. Owen Cutts. Megan Labansky. Sophia Laffin. Joseph Lively. Marielle and Olive Koopmans. Olivia Lang. Jenny Lee. Marissa Light. Jayshawn Lively. David Lois. Breely Lushin. Jared Lueck. Easton Ludke. Olivia Lynch. Kendall Maybe. Haley Mack. Gavin Mayday. Juliana Maestre Moya. Calvin Myshak. Janaea Marquez Perez. Chase Marshall. Lilieth Martinez. Alianor Mary. Zach Massey. Olivia Matheson. Jameson McCartan. Abigail McConnell.
Sadie Meldy. Reagan Melquist. Louder. Cassandra Mendoza. Natalie Mio. Lincoln Metcalf. Mackenzie Meyer. Preston Meyer. Grace Meyer. Miller. Leah Miller. Marie Miller. Alexander Minnis. Kathalea Miyagawa. Grayson Molman. Juliana Moreno. Haley Motlett. Peyton Mott. Kamari Nelson, Carson Nelson, Kyle Nelson, Riley Newman, Dylan Newland, Adrisa Najai, Kaylee Nye, Noah O'Brien, Daniel O'Malley, Ryan O'Malley, Graham Efker, Jack Otto, Joseph Otto Morton, Nicholas Pakubis, Celia Parrott, James Pedretti, Violet Penzenstadler, Anna Pictionary, Thomas Ryder, Callum Pratt Baxter, Lucas Pamarki, Isabel Potter, Elizabeth Quill, Nicolo Catuccio, Alexandra Raylan, Anna Maria Raskob, Mari Rasmussen, Aaliyah Rogers, Jordan Rosemeyer, Sydney Rosenberger, Keegan Rosing, Emma Royston, Courtney Ryan, Kelly Ryan, Biagio Scalisi, Elizabeth Shufflebine, Braden Schmidt, David Schukart, Evan Schultz, Noel Schumann, Samuel Schwabach, Ethan Scott Brown, Natalie Selbig, Ava Sangos, Abigail Sirio, Charles Shea, Kendall Sheehan, Ali Simak, Aubrey Smith, Corduroy Smith, Kaiden Smith, Taylor Spang, Savannah Ceramic, Kira Stack, Sam Steenhagen, Harrison Straka, Corbin Stratton, Audrey Surdick, Lucas Valdi, Selena Switsky, Nayeli Teniete, Sean Tao, Eli Tyler, Tay Thomas, Noah Twing, Emmett Toyola, Lorelei Tomlinson, Brooklyn Tortorisi, Chase Tremmel, Jeffrey Turk, Kylie Turner, Tyson Turner, Maya Tweedy, Matthew Umhofer, Skylar Umland, Memphis Vanderberg, Ashley Vang, Leo Verstegen. Hope Vigdal Olsen. Kelsey Vinji. Ethan Vitens. Jonathan Vitucci. Wesley Volk. Clarissa Walker. Ethan Warnke. Brooklyn Wendricks. Caitlin Wesley. Nicholas Weum. Talon Whalen. Huntley Williams. Jasmine Williams. Bethany Wingy. Colton Wolf. Levi Wergler. Riley Zilke. Mackenzie Zimbrick. Elian Zuluaga. Kennedy Simpson.
Monona Grove High School class of 2024, please stand at this time. You have performed the time-honored tradition of moving one another's tassels from right to left, signaling the significant passage of student to graduate. Parents, guardians, and guests, I proudly present to you the class of 2024. Congratulations.